Welcome back to Tropical Boise. My name's Rich. Do a little update here before Christmas. In fact, happy Festivus. It is December 23rd. A little yard update here in terms of what we've got going on. Beautiful day. It's about 47 degrees here in Boise. We've been in 50s a little bit last week, which has been really nice. I mean, it's kind of a typical winter so far, although we haven't had that cold snap yet, which we always do. And so getting late enough in the year, though, that hopefully if we do, it's going to be pretty mild. I thought I'd give a quick yard update on the palms. I got the needle palm out here. Pretty happy in the front part of it. I'm not really sure why he's kind of drying up in the back, but everything's still nice and healthy in there with the spear. Pretty happy there. Really nice with this southern facing exposure. We put in some plants this year, some yuccas that hopefully will stay green so that when we do need to sit out here, it doesn't feel all dead like it tends to be here in Boise with the desert climate. Over here we've got the Mediterranean fan palm. He's still looking real good in there in terms of what we've got going on there. Thermal cube still has not had to kick that extra set of lights on. He's about 56 in there right now, so not quite 10 degrees above what the outside temperature is, but he's in a spot here where you can see that the sun's totally up and bright, but he doesn't really get that sun like the other two boxes do. Over here the warmest one, probably because the box is just a little bit smaller, is the windmill palm, which he's 71 inside that box right now, but you can see he's getting that direct sun just coming right straight into him. And like I say, this is the only box that's kicked on that thermocube, but it's only been a couple mornings. We haven't had anything really below freezing inside the boxes for the whole year. So he looks pretty happy in there, nice and green. Kind of tied him up a little bit, but not too much. Hoping that the winters are going to stay nice and mild like we've had so far, and that we're not going to have anything too terrible. Over here, the California fan palm. So we look in here, he's really happy. Thermal cube is not kicked on whatsoever. He's in the same situation here. You've got that sun coming directly into the box, so he gets some afternoon sun. I think he's at 68 right now inside there last time that I looked at the temperature. So pretty significant warm up in terms of what you get inside those boxes. Like I say, if I need it, I have a piece cut to just slide right on here if we have to do that. But I don't know that that's going to be something that we actually have to do unless we get some really, really cold temperatures, which does happen here, but it's pretty rare when we get temperatures down in that cold of a range. And then the last one, I opened him up today too, these smaller palms. This is a saw palmetto. The box is so small I didn't even stake him down. I just put a brick on top of him, but he seems pretty happy. Thermal cube hasn't kicked on with him whatsoever, so he's nice and green and nice and happy, and so pretty happy about that. If we walk back over here to the south side lanai, as I like to call it, it's a pretty great place to sit out here in December, January, February, on a day like today where it's close to 50. You have this little microclimate next to the house, and it's nice, bright, full sun, no wind, and it's pretty nice in terms of the temperatures. And got some cactuses out here as well, but I don't really know what their cold hardiness is. I just threw them in there to see if they make it or not, and hopefully they will. So far they seem pretty happy, and we should start here at about a month to have some bulbs starting to pick up. We usually have them start popping through around January 20th, somewhere in there, and then a lot of times we'll have flowers in there by mid-February-ish. So everything's going pretty well in terms of the yard update. All right, let's talk about weather a little bit.
Temperatures that I've been tracking. As you know, I've been trying to compare to St. George, so I know palm trees live there reasonably unprotected. So since the beginning of the month, still the same. The inversion finally broke. You can see those temperatures where it didn't change for 24 hours. We've gone underneath the 27 degrees that is the average low at the coldest in St. George. And then we've warmed up since that inversion broke. And, you can see we're almost Christmas here on the 23rd of December. And we've had, really quite lovely temperatures in the city. And in the boxes, we've been, in the 40s pretty consistently. I'm pretty happy about that. We're heading in now to the real danger zone for the zone 7 temperatures. I went back 25 years till the beginning of the century. And all of those days that we have single digit temperatures, they all happen between December 17th and January 18th. So really tracking that about a month of the real danger zone that we're heading into. And, I feel pretty good, at least about the next 2 weeks. You can look at our forecast and, we're at 50 degrees right now, which is pretty nice for December. We're usually not quite this warm. We've had a pretty lovely December so far. In the next 2 weeks, there's nothing really concerning there. But we still have, a couple weeks after that. And, we always do get that cold snap. There's some years where we don't even get temperatures in the teens, but mostly we do. But, that's kind of what I'm tracking is that month period from the 17th to the 17th. Once we get to January 27th, we'll be in a situation where we're warmer than the coldest lows in St. George. And then I feel pretty good once we get in February in terms of what we're going to be looking at there. But yeah, I haven't had any freezing temperatures in the box so far. Haven't been colder than the actual temperature in St. George. So, I'm pretty pleased with that. And, I would recommend that if you're thinking about doing this kind of zone pushing, really do a deep statistical dive in what your climate zone really is historically. And, try to find a place that's similar, that palm trees grow, that's just a little bit warmer, and kind of see what you're looking at, right? We are zone 7, and we have had, in the last 7 years, the lowest, coldest temperature has been 3 degrees above, but we average just one day of winter where that's the case. And in fact, we only average a little under 4 days at 8A, which is that, 10 to 15 degrees, and a few more in 15 to 20. But you're really looking here at only about 14 days of winter on average where you're under zone 9. So I don't think it's that hard of a zone push in Boise in a typical winter. And so far that's proven to be the case. But, like I say, obviously I know we're going to get this week that we normally get where we are going to get some cold weather. That I would just be surprised if that didn't happen, and kind of comparing it to St. George and I even through Las Vegas in there just to kind of see where Boise compares to that. And Vegas is quite a bit warmer than we are, obviously. And also, my advice if you're going to do this, pick palms that have a good shot. These are the ones I've got: the Needle Palm 6B, Windmill Palm 7, Mediterranean, and the Saw Palmetto 8A, and the California at 8B. I do plan on putting a Mexican fan palm with 9A in the ground at some point. I've got one growing from seed in my office right now. I might buy one this spring that's a little bit older and throw it in. I feel pretty confident based on what I'm seeing so far in the historical weather data and just how those boxes have held up that I can probably make that a go of that as well. So anyways, that's the update. Hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season. Getting ready to go on a little vacation here to Hawaii in the next few days. Pretty excited about that. So I'll probably be out of touch for a couple weeks anyway until I get back and kind of see where we are. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.